Welcome to my channel, Unleash Your English. You study English. You remember the words. You learn the grammar. But when the moment comes to speak, your mouth is silent. Your brain feels empty. Has this ever happened to you? You work so hard, yet the sentences do not come. Why? In this video, I will show you the real solution. You will learn how to speak English like a professional speaker, with confidence, with clarity, and with power. Stay with me, because this may change the way you see English forever. Chapter 1. Why Professional Speaking Feels Impossible at First. When you try to speak English, do you feel your heart beating fast? You know the words. You studied them. But when the time comes, your mouth is silent. Your brain feels heavy. The words disappear. You want to speak, but only broken sounds come out. This is the first wall that every English learner meets. It feels strong. It feels like you will never break it. Many learners think they are alone in this moment. But the truth is, every speaker, even professional ones, once felt this same fear. I want you to imagine this. A great speaker standing on stage, speaking with power, making the audience listen carefully. Do you think that speaker never felt nervous? Do you think they were born with this voice? No. That speaker was once a learner like you. They also sat in silence. They also made mistakes. The difference is, they did not stop at the wall. They pushed. They continued. They practiced until their voice became strong. That is why you must never think professional speaking is impossible. The real problem is not your grammar. It is not your vocabulary. It is not even your accent. The real problem is fear. Fear stops your mouth from moving. Fear makes you small. Fear whispers in your ear. What if I am wrong? What if people laugh? What if they do not understand me? These questions are heavy. They stop you before you even try. But here is the secret. Fear is normal. Even professional speakers feel it. The only difference is, they speak anyway. Think about a baby. A baby does not care about mistakes. A baby just tries. Every word is new. Every sentence is broken. But the baby smiles and speaks. And slowly, the baby grows. Why does the baby succeed? Because it never stops trying. Professional speaking feels impossible at first because you expect perfection. But real progress comes when you allow mistakes, just like a child. You must remember something important. Nobody starts as a professional. They start small. They start weak. They start afraid. The power comes from repetition. Every time you open your mouth, your voice grows stronger. Every time you say a sentence, your English becomes more natural. And every time you try again, you move closer to that professional level. Let me tell you the truth. Professional speakers are not superhuman. They are not smarter than you. They are simply more consistent. They do not give up when it feels hard. They keep speaking, even when they sound bad. They keep practicing, even when nobody listens. They treat every mistake as a teacher, not as an enemy. This mindset changes everything. So if you feel stuck now, if you feel shy, if you feel your English will never sound professional, know this. You are at the beginning of the same road that every strong speaker has walked. Do not hate this moment. Respect it. Because this is where growth begins. This is where the journey starts. The feeling of impossible is proof that you are about to grow. Right now, your voice may be quiet, your sentences may be broken, but inside you there is a speaker waiting to come out. That speaker does not need perfect grammar. That speaker does not need big words. That speaker only needs courage. Once you open your mouth with courage, you take the first step to becoming a professional speaker. The wall you feel today is not the end. It is the first test. You can break it. You can climb over it. And when you do, you will see something amazing. On the other side of fear, your English voice will finally be free. Chapter 2: The Power of Believing You Can Speak. Before you can speak like a professional, you must believe that you can. Belief is the seed. Without it, no practice, no book, and no lesson will work. Many learners fail not because they are weak, but because they never believe they can speak. They carry doubt like a heavy stone, and every time they try to speak, the stone pulls them down. Think about this. You want to say one sentence. You know the words, you know the grammar, but inside your mind, a small voice says, "I cannot do it." That small voice is stronger than your knowledge. That small voice controls your mouth. And then you stop. This is why belief matters more than rules. Belief is the power that makes your mouth move, even when you are not perfect. Every professional speaker you see today started with belief. They told themselves, "I can speak. Maybe not now, maybe not perfect, but I can." This small thought grew into action. They spoke when they were afraid. They spoke when people laughed. They spoke when they had only 5 words. And slowly those 5 words became 10, then 20, then hundreds. Their English voice grew because belief carried them forward. If you do not believe in yourself, nobody else will. The world cannot give you confidence. Teachers can guide you, but they cannot put belief into your heart. That is your job. You must look at yourself in the mirror and say, "I can speak English." It may feel strange. It may feel silly, but this simple sentence plants a new idea inside you, and this idea can change your life. Think about your favorite singer, actor, or leader. Do you think they never felt doubt? Of course they did. But they chose belief. They chose to say, "I will try. I will continue. I will grow." That is why people listen to them today. The difference between you and a professional speaker is not talent. It is belief. Here is something important to remember. Your brain listens to your own words. If you keep telling yourself, "I am bad at English, I cannot speak," your brain believes it. But if you say, "I am learning, I am growing, I can speak," your brain also believes it, and your actions will follow. This is not magic. It is practice. It is psychology. You become what you repeat to yourself. So make a promise today. Stop saying, "I cannot." Stop saying, "It is too hard." Start saying, "I will speak. I am a speaker. My English voice is strong. Even if it feels false today, tomorrow it will feel more real. Every day, it will grow stronger." Professional speakers do not wait until they are perfect to believe. They believe first. Then they practice. Then they improve. That is the secret. Belief comes before fluency. Confidence comes before success. You cannot wait for English to give you belief. You must give belief to yourself first. Right now, inside you, there is a strong speaker. That speaker is waiting for your belief. Once you say, I can, your actions will change. You will speak more. You will try more. You will not run away from mistakes. And little by little, you will sound more professional. Remember this truth. The journey starts in your heart before it shows in your mouth. Believe you can speak, and you will. This is the power that every professional speaker carries. And now, it is your turn. Chapter 3. Listening before speaking. Every great speaker was first a great listener. This is the secret many learners forget. You cannot speak well if you do not listen well. Listening is like filling your mind with music. The rhythm, the sound, the tone all enter your brain. And later, your mouth copies what your ears already know. Think about how children learn their first language. They do not begin by speaking. They listen to their parents, their friends, their teachers. For months, they only listen. They hear the sounds again and again. And then, one day, the words come out. Simple words first, then full sentences. Listening built the foundation. Speaking was only the result. When you listen in English, something powerful happens. Your brain starts to understand patterns without you even trying. You hear how words connect. You hear how the voice rises and falls. You hear pauses, emotion, and power. All of these details are important. They make the difference between speaking like a student and speaking like a professional. Many learners make one mistake. They spend all their time on grammar books, but they do not give enough time to listening. They want to speak fluently, but they have not trained their ears. This is like trying to sing a song without ever hearing the melody. It feels unnatural. It feels broken. But when you listen every day, your tongue slowly learns the music of English. Listening is not just about understanding words. It is about training your brain to think in English. When you hear English daily, your brain becomes familiar with the language. English stops feeling strange. It starts feeling natural. And when it feels natural, speaking becomes easier. You do not need to spend hours. Start small. 10 minutes a day of listening can change everything. Listen while you walk. Listen while you eat. Listen before you sleep. Podcasts, short stories, even simple videos can become your teachers. Make listening part of your life, not just part of your study. Professional speakers train their ears like athletes train their bodies. They listen to speeches. They listen to conversations. They listen to themselves. That is why their voices sound natural. They are not forcing the language. They are living with it. You can do the same. Sometimes you may not understand every word. That is fine. Do not worry. Understanding is not the only goal. The goal is to feel the rhythm, to catch the music, to let the language enter your heart. Even if you understand only half, your brain is still learning. It is still building a library of sounds. And later, when you speak, those sounds come back to you. Think about the moment you hear a song many times. Without effort, you start singing the lyrics. You never sat down to memorize it. Your brain learned it by listening. English works the same way. The more you listen, the more natural it feels to repeat. So, if speaking feels difficult right now, maybe the solution is not to push harder, Maybe the solution is to listen more. Let your ears do the work first. Let your brain collect the sounds. And then, let your mouth follow. Remember this. Listening is not wasting time. Listening is the first step to professional speaking. The best speakers in the world listened before they spoke. You can do it too. Start today, even with just a few minutes. Every sound you hear in English is a step closer to the speaker you want to be. Chapter 4. Copy first. Create later. Many learners believe they must create original sentences from the very beginning. They feel they must invent their own words to be a real speaker. But this is not true. Every professional speaker, every strong communicator, first learned by copying. Copying is not weakness. Copying is the bridge to confidence. Copying is training. Think about how a baby learns. The baby does not sit down and create new words. The baby listens, then repeats. They copy the sound of their mother. They copy the laughter of their father. They copy everything, without shame, without fear. And slowly, after copying many times, they start to create on their own. This is nature's method. It worked for your first language. It can work for English too. When you copy sentences, you are giving your brain a model. You are saying, this is how English sounds. This is how English works. And your mouth learns the movement. Your tongue remembers the rhythm. Your voice follows the example. Soon these copied sentences become a part of you. They come out without effort. And once they are inside you, you can change them, add to them, make them your own. Professional speakers also copy. They copy from other great speakers. They copy style, tone, even pauses. Before creating their own speeches, they study the masters. They practice repeating the same lines until the sound feels natural. This is how they train their voice. If professionals copy, why should you feel shy to copy? Copying is a sign of learning, not a sign of failure. The secret is this: you must copy with energy. Do not just read the words. Feel them. Speak them aloud. Repeat them again and again until they sound like your own. When you copy with feeling, you are not just learning English. You are building confidence. You are training your body and your mind to act like a professional speaker. Imagine saying a simple sentence, I believe in myself. At first, you may whisper it. It may sound weak, but if you copy it again and again, louder and stronger, soon it becomes part of you. One day you will say it in front of others, and they will feel your power. That power began with copying. Do not be afraid that people will say you are not original. Originality comes later. First, you must build the foundation. First, you must copy until English feels natural. Then creativity will come on its own. You will not even notice when you start to create new sentences. It will flow because you copied enough. Here is a simple practice. Choose one short sentence in English. Say it 10 times. Say it 20 times. Change your voice. Change your speed. But keep repeating. Then, the next day, add one more sentence. Day by day, your collection grows. You are building a bank of sentences inside your brain. And when the time comes, those sentences will appear like magic. Copying is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the first tool that takes you from silence to speech. Professional speakers respect this tool. You should respect it too, because once you copy enough, your voice will no longer feel borrowed. It will feel like it belongs to you. Remember, copy first, create later. That is how you build strength. That is how you sound professional. And that is how you turn learning into speaking. Chapter 5. Speak simple sentences with power. Many learners think they need long and difficult sentences to sound professional. They believe only big words will impress people. But the truth is the opposite. Professional speakers use simple sentences, and they use them with power. Simplicity is strength. Clarity is confidence. Think about the most famous speeches in history. They are remembered not because the words were complicated, but because the message was clear. I have a dream, only 4 words, yet the whole world remembers them. Why? Because they were spoken with power, with belief, with heart. This is the secret you must learn. Professional speaking is not about difficult grammar. It is about speaking simple sentences with courage and emotion. When you try to use big sentences, your mind feels heavy. You stop, you hesitate, and you lose your flow. But when you use short sentences, you can speak with energy. You can focus on your voice, on your body, on your confidence. And when you do this, people listen. They do not care about your grammar mistakes. They care about your message and the way you deliver it. Here is the problem. Many learners are afraid their English is too simple. They think, if I speak only small sentences, people will laugh at me. But let me tell you the truth. Nobody laughs at clarity. Nobody laughs at confidence. People respect someone who speaks clearly, even if the words are simple. You do not need big words to sound big. You need belief in your voice. Imagine standing in front of people and saying, I believe in myself. Only 4 words. But if you speak them with energy, people will feel it. Imagine saying, I will not give up. Short, strong, powerful. These are sentences that move hearts. These are sentences that make you sound professional even as a learner. This is why you must train yourself to use simple sentences. Start small. Say things like, I am ready. I feel strong. I can do this. Say them out loud. Say them with feeling. Repeat them again and again until they sound natural. When you practice in this way, your mouth learns the rhythm of English. And slowly, you begin to add more sentences, more ideas, more stories. But the base is always strong and simple. Professional speakers understand that people do not remember every word. They remember how you make them feel. And feelings come from confidence, not from complicated grammar. You may use a short sentence, but if you speak it with fire in your voice, people will listen. They will remember. They will respect you. Here is something practical you can do today. Choose one sentence and practice it in 3 different ways. First, say it slowly. Then, say it faster. Finally, say it with strong emotion. This simple exercise will train your voice. It will give you control, and it will make even the smallest sentence sound professional. Remember this truth. Simple sentences can change your life. They are easier to learn, easier to remember, and easier to speak. But when you give them power, they become more than words. They become your voice. They become your message. They become the reason people will listen to you. So do not run away from simplicity. Embrace it, practice it, master it. Because the path to professional speaking is not built on difficult words. It is built on clear, simple sentences spoken with courage and belief. Chapter 6. Practice with yourself, not just with others. Many learners wait for a partner before they practice English. They think, I need someone to speak with me. Without another person, I cannot improve. But this is not true. The strongest practice often begins with yourself. If you can talk to yourself in English, you can talk to anyone. Professional speakers do not wait for the perfect moment or the perfect partner. They practice with themselves every day. They use the mirror. They use their room. They use their own thoughts. They speak when nobody is listening. And because of this, they grow faster. They do not waste time waiting. They create opportunities by themselves. Think about how powerful this is. You wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and say, "Today I will speak English. Today I will practice." These simple moments build courage. They give you control. When you speak to yourself, you remove the fear of mistakes. There is no pressure. There is no judgment. You are free to try, free to fail, and free to improve. Some learners say, but speaking to myself feels strange. Yes, at first it may feel unusual. But remember, every new habit feels strange in the beginning. Soon, it will feel natural, and later, it will feel powerful. Talking to yourself is like training in a gym before playing in a real match. You build your muscles alone. And when you meet people, you are ready. Here is a simple way to start. Describe what you are doing. If you are brushing your teeth, say, I am brushing my teeth. If you are drinking water, say, I am drinking water. These small sentences are practice. They connect your daily life with English. They make English part of your world. And when English becomes part of your world, it no longer feels like a subject. It feels like your language. Another powerful method is mirror practice. Stand in front of the mirror and speak as if you are talking to someone else. Smile, use your hands, use your eyes. This exercise trains not only your words but also your body. You learn to look confident. You learn to sound strong. Even if your sentences are simple, your presence becomes professional. Talking to yourself also trains your thinking. Instead of translating from your first language, you begin to think directly in English. For example, if you feel happy, just say, I am happy. If you feel tired, say, I am tired. These small steps train your brain to connect emotions with English words. And this habit slowly kills translation. You start to live in English, not just study it. Professional speakers often rehearse their talks alone many times before facing an audience. They speak to empty rooms. They record their voice. They practice until the words flow without effort. You can do the same. Record yourself on your phone. Listen to your voice. Notice where you stop, where you sound weak, and then practice again. This feedback is gold. It makes you stronger every day. Remember this truth. If you wait for others, you may wait forever. But if you practice with yourself, you will grow today. You carry the best partner inside you. That partner is your own voice. It is always available. It is always ready, and it will always help you move forward. So never say, I cannot practice because I am alone. Say, I will practice because I am alone. This is your chance. This is your power. When you master speaking with yourself, you will never be afraid to speak with others. Chapter 7. Mistakes are your teachers. When you speak English, mistakes will come. Words will be wrong. Sentences will break. Sometimes people will not understand you, and many learners feel ashamed in these moments. They think, I am not good enough. I will never be fluent. But the truth is different. Mistakes are not proof of weakness. Mistakes are proof of progress. Every professional speaker you admire once made the same mistakes you are making today. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls again and again. But does anyone laugh? Does anyone say, you are a bad walker? No. Everyone smiles. Everyone claps. Everyone says, try again. Why? Because falling is part of walking. The child learns balance from falling. In the same way, you learn fluency from mistakes. They are not your enemies, they are your teachers. When you make a mistake, your brain notices. It pays attention, it remembers, and next time you do better. Without mistakes, there is no growth. Without mistakes, you stay silent. And silence will never make you fluent. That is why you must never fear them. Mistakes are your classroom. They are the signs that you are trying, learning, and moving forward. Professional speakers are not perfect. They also make mistakes. But they react differently. They do not stop. They do not feel shame. They continue speaking. Sometimes they even laugh at their own errors. They understand that the message is more important than perfection. And because they keep going, their voice grows stronger. You must learn to change your view. Do not see a mistake as a failure. See it as a gift. A mistake is a teacher showing you the next lesson. It tells you what to improve. It points to your weak area. And once you fix it, you become stronger. Every mistake adds one more brick to your foundation. Imagine you say the wrong tense in a sentence. At that moment, you feel embarrassed. But the truth is, you just discovered a new area to practice. You will never forget that lesson. Next time, you will speak more correctly. The mistake gave you knowledge. The mistake gave you power. Here is something powerful to remember. People do not respect silence. They respect courage. If you try to speak, even with mistakes, people admire your effort. They see your bravery. They feel your determination. And they will support you. Nobody cares if your English is perfect. They care if your voice is real. So speak. Speak loudly. Speak with energy. If mistakes come, let them come. They are not the end of your journey. They are steps on the road. Without them, you cannot move forward. With them, you are building your future. Practice this today. Say one sentence in English, even if you are not sure it is correct. Then say another. If you notice a mistake, smile. Say to yourself, "Thank you, teacher, because that mistake just taught you something new." Remember this truth forever. Mistakes do not mean you are weak. They mean you are learning. They mean you are alive in the language. They mean you are walking the path to fluency. So never run from them. Embrace them. Learn from them. Because every mistake brings you one step closer to speaking English like a professional. Chapter 8. Professional speakers use body and voice. When you think about speaking English, you often think only about words. But professional speakers know something more. Speaking is not just about words. It is about the body, the voice, and the feeling behind the words. The same sentence can sound weak or powerful, depending on how you use your body and voice. Imagine saying, "I can do it." If you whisper it with your shoulders down, nobody will believe you. But if you stand tall, lift your head, look straight, and say it with strength, everyone will feel your confidence. The words are the same, but the delivery is different. This is what makes a speaker professional. Your body tells a story before your mouth even opens. If you hide your face, if you look at the ground, if you speak too softly, people will not feel your message. But when you stand with energy, when you open your chest, when you use your hands, people will listen. They will feel your courage. They will trust your voice. The voice is also a powerful tool. A flat, low voice makes people sleepy. But a voice with energy, with rise and fall, with pauses, keeps people alive. Professional speakers know how to use silence. They stop at the right time. They make people wait for the next word. And when the word comes, it hits harder. You can practice this too. Read a simple sentence. Pause. Then say the next part with power. You will feel the difference. This is why practicing in front of a mirror is so important. You see yourself. You notice how you stand, how you move, how you sound. You train your body and voice together. At first, it may feel strange, but slowly you will see that even simple English sentences sound strong when your body and voice are strong. Do not think you need to be perfect. Professional speakers also make mistakes, but their energy, their body, their voice carry them forward. People forgive their small errors because they feel the passion, they feel the message. And you can do the same. Even if your English is not advanced, your confidence will make you look professional. Here is something practical. Every day, choose one simple sentence. Stand tall, smile, say it loudly. Use your hand to show power. Say it again with more emotion. Do this 5 times. You will feel how your sentence grows. You will feel how your voice changes. This is not just language practice. This is leadership practice. Remember, people listen with their ears, but they believe with their eyes. They want to see that you mean what you say. And when your body matches your words, your message becomes unforgettable. Professional speakers understand this truth. Words are only half of communication. The other half is how you use your voice and body. If you train both, even simple English will sound like a professional speech. So do not hide, do not whisper, do not shrink. Stand tall, speak loud, use your hands, use your smile. Bring life to your words. Because when your body and voice join your English, you become unstoppable. Chapter 9. Daily routine creates fluency. Fluency is not a gift. It is not something that suddenly arrives one morning. Fluency is built slowly, piece by piece, through a daily routine. Professional speakers know this. They train every day. They practice every day. And because of this, they grow every day. Many learners wait for the right time. They say, I will practice when I have more free time, or I will study more on the weekend. But days pass, weeks pass, and nothing changes. Fluency cannot be built on waiting. Fluency is built on small actions done again and again. That is why your daily routine is the most powerful tool you have. Think about exercise. If you go to the gym only once a month, you will not become strong. But if you exercise 10 minutes every day, your body will change. The same rule is true for English. 10 minutes daily is stronger than 3 hours once in a while. Small habits grow into big results. Professional speakers create small routines to train their voice. They read aloud every morning. They listen to short recordings. They practice a few sentences in front of the mirror. It looks simple, but the secret is in the repetition. Each small action builds confidence. Each small action brings fluency closer. You can do the same. Begin with one habit. For example, wake up and say 3 sentences in English. Or write one short diary entry in English at night. Or listen to an English story while walking. Do this every day. Do not wait for perfect time. Do not wait for long hours. Just begin with something small and repeat it. The beauty of a routine is that it removes fear. You do not have to decide every day, should I practice or not? The decision is already made. It is part of your life, like brushing your teeth. And when practice becomes natural, improvement becomes natural too. Sometimes you may feel tired. Sometimes you may feel you are not improving. But remember, progress is often invisible in the beginning. Seeds grow underground before you see the flower. In the same way, your daily English practice is growing inside you. One day, you will speak and you will surprise yourself. The fluency will appear and it will feel like magic. But it will not be magic, it will be the result of your routine. Here is something powerful you can try. Choose one short sentence, like, I am ready. Say it 10 times every morning. Then add a new sentence the next day. After 1 month, you will have 30 sentences ready on your tongue. This is how routine creates fluency. Simple, small, but powerful. Professional speaking is not about talent. It is about discipline. It is about showing up every day, even for a few minutes. It is about respecting the process. When you respect your daily routine, your English respects you back. So ask yourself today, what small action will you repeat tomorrow? What small habit will you build into your life? Because fluency is not in the future. Fluency is in the daily steps you take now. And the sooner you begin, the sooner your professional voice will appear. Chapter 10. From Words to Stories. Speaking English is not just about learning single words. Words alone are like bricks lying on the ground. They are useful, but they cannot build a house. To build something strong, you must connect the bricks together. In the same way, to sound like a professional speaker, you must connect words into sentences and sentences into stories. Think about this. You know the word apple. You can say, apple, that is good, but it is only one brick. Now you say, I eat an apple. That is better, 2 bricks together. But when you say, I eat an apple every morning because it gives me energy, now you are telling a story. You are not only using words. You are using English to share an idea, a picture, and a message. This is the difference between speaking like a learner and speaking like a professional. Stories are powerful. People remember stories. People feel stories. Even short stories catch attention. If you tell someone, I was nervous, but I spoke in English today and I felt proud, they will listen. They will feel your emotion. They will connect with you. Words alone cannot do this, but a story can. Professional speakers understand this deeply. They use stories more than difficult words. They know that the human brain loves stories. Stories make people feel close. Stories create trust. Stories make simple English sound professional. This is why you must learn to turn your words into small stories. At first, it may feel difficult. You may think, how can I make a story? But it is easier than you imagine. Start small. Take 2 or 3 sentences and connect them. For example, I was tired. I made tea. Then I studied English. This is already a story. Later, you can add more details. I was tired after work. I made a hot cup of tea. I sat near the window and then I studied English for 15 minutes. It felt good, simple, but alive. The more you practice this, the more your English grows. You stop thinking of words as separate. You begin to see them as connected. You begin to feel the flow. And this flow is what makes people listen. Here is a practical exercise. Every night, tell yourself one short story in English. It can be about your day. It can be about something small. For example, I went to the market. I saw fresh fruit. I bought some apples. Do this daily. Over time, your stories will grow longer, smoother, more natural. You will notice that speaking feels less like studying and more like living. Do not wait for big stories. Even the smallest stories are valuable. Professional speaking is not about telling a novel. It is about making your message clear. If you can describe your morning or share your feelings in English, you are already on the road to sounding professional. Remember, words are important, but stories are unforgettable. People may forget the vocabulary you use, but they will remember how your story made them feel. And when you can make people feel, you are no longer just a learner. You are a real speaker. So start today. Take the words you already know. Connect them. Build small stories. Practice again and again. And soon, your English will not only be words, it will be a voice that tells stories, inspires others, and makes you sound professional. Chapter 11. Think in English, not in translation. One of the biggest reasons learners struggle to speak is translation. They think in their first language, then they try to change the words into English. By the time they finish, the moment is gone. The sentence feels broken. The confidence disappears. This is why you must stop translating and start thinking directly in English. When you translate, your mind becomes slow. It works too hard. It feels heavy. You know what you want to say, but the words come too late. This is why conversations feel difficult. But when you think in English, the words are already ready. You do not have to search. You do not have to wait. You just speak. Professional speakers understand this truth. They do not use 2 languages in their mind. They live inside the language they are speaking. This is why their words flow like water. They are not translating, they are thinking in English. You can train your brain to do the same. At first, it may feel strange, but remember, every big change feels strange in the beginning. The key is to start small. Do not try to think in English all day. Begin with simple sentences. For example, when you drink water, do not think in your first language. Just say in your mind, I am drinking water. When you walk outside, think, the sky is blue. When you feel hungry, think, I want food. These short, direct thoughts are practice. Over time, these small steps train your brain. English words become your natural thoughts. You no longer need to translate. You no longer waste time. You simply think and speak. This is the secret to fluency. Another powerful way is self-talk. Speak to yourself in English. Describe your actions. Describe your feelings. Instead of thinking, I am tired in your own language, say it in English. Do this daily. Slowly, your brain will start choosing English first. This habit is powerful. It makes English your second home. Professional speakers also use visualization. They imagine situations in English. They imagine talking to a friend, ordering in a restaurant, or giving a speech, and they practice the sentences in their mind. You can do this too. Create a small movie in your head, but let the voices speak in English. This simple habit pushes your brain to think directly in English. Do not be afraid if your sentences are simple. Simple is good. The goal is not big grammar, the goal is speed, flow, and natural thinking. Even a short sentence like, I feel happy, is a victory if it comes directly in English. Here is something you must remember. Thinking in English is not about being perfect, it is about being free. Free from translation, free from hesitation, free from fear. When your brain accepts English as a natural voice, speaking becomes smooth. You no longer fight with words, you live with them. So, start today. Train your thoughts. Replace small daily sentences with English. Speak to yourself. Imagine in English. Think in English. Every little effort adds up. And one day, you will notice something amazing. You will open your mouth and the words will flow. You will not even realize when it happened. That is the power of thinking in English. Chapter 12. Speak with confidence. Everywhere. Speaking English like a professional is not about waiting for the right place. It is not only about classrooms, tests, or stages. True confidence means you can speak anywhere. On the bus, in the market, at work, at school, even with yourself. When you bring English into every part of your life, it stops being a subject. It becomes your second voice. Many learners make the mistake of saving English only for study time. They open their book, study for 1 hour, and then close it. After that, they return to their first language for the whole day. This creates a wall. It makes English feel like something separate from life. But professional speakers break this wall. They use English everywhere. They practice in real situations. They turn daily life into daily training. Imagine you are buying fruit. Instead of thinking in your first language, try to use English in your mind. Say to yourself, I want apples. How much are they? Even if you cannot say it to the seller, you are still training your brain. Imagine you are walking on the street. Look around and describe what you see in English. The sky is clear. The road is busy. The people are walking fast. These small practices create confidence. The truth is, confidence does not appear in one day. It grows step by step. The more you use English in small situations, the stronger your voice becomes in big situations. Every time you say even a short sentence in English outside, you are building a new layer of courage, and slowly, speaking everywhere feels natural. Professional speakers also know the secret of body language. If you want to feel confident, act confident. Stand tall. Smile. Look people in the eye. Even if your sentence is short, your body shows strength. And people believe you. They respect your courage. Confidence is not only in the words you speak, it is in the way you carry yourself. Here is something you can do. Start with safe spaces. Speak English when you are alone. Then speak with a friend who supports you. Then try with a stranger for one short sentence, like thank you or good morning. Step by step, your comfort grows. One day, you will realize you can speak anywhere. Do not wait to feel ready. Confidence is not the result of speaking, it is the beginning of speaking. You must act first. When you speak, confidence comes, not the other way around. If you wait, you will wait forever. If you speak now, even with mistakes, confidence will arrive sooner than you think. Remember this, the world does not expect your English to be perfect. People only want to understand you. They want to feel your message. They want to see your courage. And when you speak with belief, even simple English can inspire. So bring English into every corner of your life. Do not hide it in your notebook. Do not lock it inside your mind. Use it in the street, in your room, in your work, in your dreams. Speak with confidence everywhere, and soon your English will no longer feel like practice, it will feel like a natural part of you. That is the moment when you will know you are not just a learner anymore. You are a professional speaker of English. If this video inspired you, take one small step today. Speak one sentence in English with confidence. Then come back and tell me in the comments what you said. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who also wants to grow. Your English journey is just beginning, and together we will make your voice strong.